And good afternoon and welcome to the JN Sports Complex in New Delhi, just behind the main stadium, which is housing the athletics. This is the Lawn Bowls program of the 19th Commonwealth Games in New Delhi, and you are in for a real treat this afternoon. We have a women's singles match between Val Smith from New Zealand and Siti Zalina Ahmad of Malaysia, the defending Commonwealth Games champion. This is set to be a cracker. Just some nice scenes here across our three greens. At the moment it's 30 degrees. It really has started to heat up, but the good thing about it is the breeze has cut the humidity down a little bit, and it's 40% humidity, and the wind speed's up a little bit. It's about around the 5 mark, and from the west. It really is taking the edge off that 30 degrees, but we are in for a very, very good match here. We've seen some of the England and Wales matches so far, but this will be a beauty, and this is what's coming up. Women's singles Group A, New Zealand versus Malaysia, and a little later on this afternoon, you've got the gold medal match in the women's triples and the gold medal match in the men's triples, and that will be tonight from 7:30. So you are in for a treat here on Rink 7 on Green 2 here at the JN Sports Complex in New Delhi. There is the match that you're about to see, New Zealand represented by Val Smith and also by Siti Zalina Ahmad from Malaysia. Having a look at some of the Malaysian spectators in here at the moment, and they'll be very, very keen to watch this wonderful young lady who has had 3 wins and no losses so far in the singles campaign of the Commonwealth Games. On screen is Val Smith, the most experienced member of the New Zealand women's team. Her greatest result was winning the World Championship singles title in Christchurch in 2008. And she's had numerous other great victories. This year, for instance, she's won the National Fours Championship in Wellington, the win of the Australian Open triples at Shepparton in Victoria, and a bronze medal in the singles at the 8 Nations Test event here in New Delhi in April. So Val Smith will give a very, very good sight this afternoon against this lady who is just a wonderful young bowler. Siti Zalina Ahmad won a bronze medal in Kuala Lumpur way back in 1998, won the gold medal in the singles in Manchester in 2002, and then won the gold medal in Melbourne in 2006. Unrivalled in singles play throughout the Commonwealth in the last 8 to 10 years, and you are going to see some wonderful bowling. I'm Mike Rabbit, and joining us in commentary this afternoon to take us through this match is Simon Holt. Simon, there is our marker on the screen, Jeanette Williams from South Africa, and I think we're in for a classic match here, and let's hope so.
Yes, indeed, and let's hope Jeanette keeps us well in touch with what's going on out there. Both these players have been on the rink this morning. They've both had matches already, and Siti Zalina Ahmad came through with a 2-0 win over Carmela Spiteri of Malta. Val Smith, she was beaten this morning by Helen Grundling of South Africa. She went down in 2 straight sets, 2-0 there to Helen Grundling. So they come into this match in very different form, these 2 ladies. There goes the siren. The action will soon be on its way. So Siti Zalina Ahmad is going to take the mat and will be the first to bowl down the jack at the beginning of this Section A women's singles clash.
Yeah, she began lawn bowling in 1995 when she went to watch a hockey match with her friends at 16 years of age, and a game of lawn bowls was actually playing near on an adjacent pitch, and that really drew her attention. She loves travelling and listening to music, and lawn bowls has given her the chance to travel all over the world. She won bronze in the women's singles in the 2008 World Championships as well. So Siti Zalina Ahmad from Malaysia made her international debut in 1995. and just a wonderful exponent of the game of lawn bowls.
And she had the honour of carrying the Malaysian flag at the opening ceremony of these Commonwealth Games.
And that would be a great buzz for any athlete to be able to carry your flag in a Commonwealth Games. We've seen throughout this tournament Willie Wood for Scotland, who was played in his 8th Commonwealth Games, and I'm sure at some stage Willie would have carried the flag for Scotland as well.
Well, considering how well represented Malaysia are across all the sports in these games, it endorses the honour, really, the fact that Ahmad was carrying the flag, chosen to carry the flag. She's obviously one of the foremost sports persons in Malaysia now, having won 2 gold medals. And we believe that it will be unprecedented in Commonwealth Games history if she were to capture a 3rd straight gold medal.
Well, Malaysia, well, a little bit of pressure now rests on her shoulder as well. Her teammates featured in the quarterfinals of the women's triples and the men's triples this morning, and both sides got beaten. So they were hoping to have a really, really big showing here, and it wasn't to beat. So it's resting on the shoulders of this young lady. They still have a chance. They're straight through to the semi-finals in the women's pairs. Should be played tomorrow. And here's 2 very good bowls to start this round 4 match. Val Smith has a match in hand. She's only played 3. Here it is. 2 shots. You can just hear Val Smith asking the umpire, Jeanette Williams, or the marker, I should say. The marker will play a very important part in this game. It needs to hurry. It needs to hurry. Just running on a little bit, but stopping well short. Zidi Zelina Ahmad will do what she did in the singles last night. Very casually walks to the head to have a look at the head to see how she's sitting. She just takes her time. Nothing will faze her. She shows very, very little emotion. You can probably hear all the noise. It's not for these 2 young bowlers. It is for the Indians, who are playing Australia in the women's triples semi-final. That gold medal, or the winner of that match, will go through to the gold medal game. And England are playing South Africa in the other semi-final.
And the men's triples semi-finals also taking place. England against Australia. Clash of old enemies there. And South Africa against Wales.
There's the stadium as we look at it, the main stadium in the background to your left, and then the 3 greens here, and just tucked in behind that main building of the Lawn Bowls complex is green 4. So a wonderful complex. The greens are actually carpet, and they're running about 12 seconds. Just trying to get onto her own bowl here to promote it up into the head, but she's cutting across the face. She's going to miss everything, and I think you'll find that that might be two to Malaysia to get us underway here in this women's singles match. Now, the players need to decide. The marker won't decide the shots, so the players will go up to the head and say, yes, that was two. And then Jeanette Williams signals two to get us underway. The end of the first end.
City Zalida Ahmed, gold medalist in 2002 at Manchester. She beat Karen Murphy in the final there. And then in Melbourne in 2006 defeated Elizabeth Morgan from Wales. And aged just 15, gained a bronze in her home games in Kuala Lumpur. 1998 bronze in the fours when aged just 15. So hugely precocious talent.
Yeah, that final, I had the pleasure of seeing that and working on that. She defeated Liz Morgan in straight sets, 10-5, 9-5. It was never really in doubt.
Very fine opener in this second end. Immediately there with a toucher, resting on the jack. Val Smith from Nelson, 45 years old, hugely experienced, as Mike was saying a bit earlier on. Former Player of the Year in New Zealand, most experienced member of the New Zealand women's team.
Gee, it's a great reply, isn't it? That is a beautiful bowl. And there's the end of Val Smith's first bowl. Two players. Well, I'm quite amazed that the Indian crowd, who are very boisterous, which is fantastic, how quickly they've picked up the game of lawn bowls. Here's another great shot into the head. Look at that. Oh, she might have just turned it over. She might have given the shot away. But it shows you the precision of this young girl. Just coming here, just needed to die on its run. A little bit of pace off it. But it just touched the jack out, and that could have given the shot away.
So the noise from the Indian crowd taking place a few rings down. They tend to cheer for lots of things, not always at the right moments.
There was a game that we were covering, Simon, which I thought was rather funny, that the Indians were playing on rink 1. We were here on rink 7. And their player, or their team in the men's pairs, at one stage were 10 shots down in the first set. They promptly all left. Just disappeared. And that was after 3 ends.
The cheering is not always consistently at the right time. A bit like Eric Morecambe's piano playing, all the right notes, but not necessarily in the right order.
Well, she's just rolled her own bowl over. That'll be shot bowl now. Again, a very, very good bowl. Depending on what Val Smith does here, Ziti Zalina Ahmed, if she can get a clear shot at Val Smith's bowl, can probably try and tip that out. And if she could do that, if she had the next bowl, she would be holding 3. But Val Smith will have a bit to say about that, and her second bowl was a beauty. But this one's going to cut across the face, and it's not even going to make it. So, but she will have one more chance.
But for a world-class player like Ahmed, this is a big chance, isn't it? She can take that Val Smith grey bowl out here.
Now, there's part of the Malaysian team. You can see the man with the yellow hat. He was the skipper there, Triples. So a few more people coming in now to have a look at the lawn bowls program.
She slowly returns to the mat. And looking to remove this Val Smith bowl, which currently lies shot. She can take that out. She'll be left probably holding 4. Here it comes.
It's got to work now. It's going to hold its line. So Val Smith has a little bit of a chance. She'll be just trying to draw in there and rest on that blue bowl, the other side of the jack from her own bowl.
Needs to be a little bit careful.
She's got to get around her own bowl. She's not going to do that. So I think you'll find, as we look at it there, you would think that Malaysia are holding 1. And that has been confirmed. Interesting tactic here too that we saw in the previous match that we've covered this morning from this rink, that there was a fair exchange of mats. If you win the end, you are able to give the mat away if you like. But City on this occasion has chosen to retain the mat. 3-0.
So she can dictate the length of the jack. Just the way she was rehearsing that delivery again. Just wonder if she wanted to go a bit further down the rink there.
Yeah, I think she was looking for a longer end, but this is what she's got to play with. Very similar to the first end. The players will actually rehearse rolling the jack and practice rolling the jack to various ends, just to get a feel of being able to do that and being able to dictate the end that they want.
Her successes must be having an enormous influence on the game in Malaysia, you would have thought. It always needs a star. Any sport which gets a star which captures people's imagination, youngsters start going out and playing the game, and then you have this self-perpetuating increase in the talent pool.
Yeah, good reply from Val Smith. That's a very good bowl indeed. Almost perfect. More Malaysian fans. Now here in good force, which is fabulous to see. We've got a bit of shade up here. They're out in the sun. Got a flag over there. It needs to be nice and hot. Here's the reply. Have a look at this. Well, she just run through a little bit too much, but she touched the jack.
I think nice and hot out here, Mike, is a bit of a contradiction in terms.
And our next session, the 4 o'clock session, seems to be one of the hottest of the day. And we are outside. Some of our other English people that are working on this telecast for you have been sitting out in the sun, getting a little bit of suntan, but I noticed a couple actually called for the plus 50 being so fair. just starting to work now. Very good line once again. Just a half a yard of grass. Here it is. She would have loved to have been able to pick that up.
Does she like it? Just pulling up.
It'll give City another chance now to draw that shot. She'll just either try and draw the shot or hoping to get a little bit of movement with the jack to be able to just take it back to her two blue bowls. She had a look down at the mat then. I don't think she was terribly happy with that, but I wouldn't give up on it just yet. No, it's just gone through. So Val Smith is going to get on the board unless she does something untoward and moves the jack over to the Malaysian blue bowls. She's going to go the backhand to protect the fact of the jack being able to be moved towards those blue bowls. She could even promote her own or get inside to draw two, and I think that's what she's done. It's going to be very close. So we'll have a look at it, and a very good bowl from Val Smith. And City won't give anything away. Here it comes in now. There will be a measure for the second. A very good bowl there from Val Smith. She's just having a look at it now, and the Bushman's way of having a measure. And that will settle.
Just one. 3-1 then to City Zalina Ahmed at the end of the third end.
Interesting when you have a look at the point score, and there's only Val Smith, Carmen Anderson, who played another one this morning, and McDonald, that only played 2 matches. City Selena Ahmad, her plus differential for shot at the moment is plus 35. The next best is 19, and the worst is minus 26. So already she's not only winning her matches in straight sets, she's able to get out there and get plenty of pluses on the shot register, if you like.
Well, in the second set this morning against Carmela Spiteri of Malta, she won 17-3. Huge shot difference there. It helps. But she keeps winning. She remains unbeaten. Well, obviously, shot difference won't matter so much. That's a great bowl.
Yes, you would think at the moment, although Lebo Mascarenas from Botswana has won her opening 3 matches as well. And I had the pleasure of watching her first match yesterday, and she bowled very, very well.
Now Smith just rolling through this time. Very slow, deliberate player. City, Selena Ahmed.
They're just matching that back bowl of Val Smith. Well, it's just got the wrong kiss and run through.
By far the most blustery day we've had here in New Delhi. I wonder if it's having any influence down there on the ground. Fairly well sheltered. There's quite a few advertising hoardings either side of the rink, but we haven't seen flags. So what is the word I'm trying to think of, Mike?
Alive.
Animated.
Animated.
How about that? We'll stick with that. Well, there actually some of the
trying
limper
to search
ones.
for something.
Having trouble with my worms today.
So Malaysia holding one at the moment. And again, she's just a little heavy with the weight, but I think she wants to protect those back bowlers, but I don't know whether she'd want them to be as far back as that. In the first round, she did have moments where she lapsed in concentration a little bit. But I think we expect so much of her that every bowl you expect to be on the jack. Now Val Smith just picking up the jack. That's a beautiful shot, trailing back for 2. A high-quality singles match. Beautiful bowl. There's the shadow of the marker, Jeanette Williams.
Now City will obviously try and draw this, or she could try and trail the jack through to those 2 bowls at the back.
Well, I think that's her best option, and she has 2 back there, same line, and she'll be wanting to pick up the jack and carry this back now.
It's not strong enough to do that.
Or just do that and dead draw. That is magnificent bowling. So Val Smith now will try and remove that bowl.
And very sportingly congratulated her rival.
Yeah, she's shaking her head a little bit, Simon. Sorry to interrupt, but I think she really was looking to be able to play with a little bit more weight and draw it back to those 2 black bowls. Back bowls, I should say, not black.
Well, if that's the case, that's real perfectionism.
She rarely shows any emotion, walks back down the green with her head down, looking at the ground. Now Val Smith, can she take City Selena's bowl out? She's got some pace on it.
It's not far away. The jack could go, and
that's going to be the hassle.
Oh, that was the problem. That was the danger. Straight into the open arms of those 2 Malaysian bowls there.
There's one.
Is it 1 or 2? I'm having a good look at it.
No, we're going to go and have a measure.
Yeah, it's 2 to Malaysia. There's the confirmation to Blue Lollipops. That's 5-1 to City Zalina Ahmad. Val Smith going to have to dig in here.
An interest here too, Simon, is the fact that she has asked Val Smith to take the mat. She had on previous occasions kept the mat. This time she's given it away.
spare a thought for some of our camera team. The wind is just too strong for the parasols, which would normally protect them from the sun. It's going to be a hot afternoon out there.
Yeah, very good opening bowl from Val. We just saw the remnants of that first bowl. Yeah, again, just precision from City Zelina.
Val Smith, who won gold in the World Championships in Christchurch, beating Britain's Ellen Faulkner, and will be hoping to defend that title in Adelaide in 2012.
Yes, the city of churches, Adelaide. My old home state, South Australia.
This is just round the back, but it's not a bad position. I think that was a tactical bowl, Mike.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. Given that Val's got to basically go to the backhand here. If she does happen to trail the jack, well, there's one ready there as a catcher. She's just overcooked this. She's had a good look at this, whether to go forehand. She's going to persist with the forehand. That's fine. That grey bowl, there's the target. So just indicating one to Malaysia. She'll just try and rest this against her own bowl or the jack. It's cutting across the face. She won't be happy with that. Head down.
Yeah, that was a loose one.
Yeah.
Directionally and very much underweight.
Very seldom does City Zelina make eye contact with her opponent when they exchange positions on the green.
This isn't bad at all. Could pick up the jack. Oh, a little nudge too into Val Smith's other grey bowl there.
One of New Zealand at this stage.
But City Zelina still has one to bowl.
Oh.
It worked out all right.
Yeah, great bowl by Val Smith. Gives her a shot. And a couple of times in her match against Ali Merrin, she was in a similar sort of position and just drew the shot. It was just amazing bowls. Going with a fraction more pace this time. Trying to take that Val Smith bowl out. It's too wide.
So that'll be probably 1 to Val Smith. The marker will just check that the players are in agreement. And that makes it 5-2.
That's green 1. There's the scoreline after 5 ends of the first set. Val Smith asking City Zelina to take the mat. After this, City has a match against Ms. McDonald, and Val has a match against Johnston of Scotland. That's a very good way to start this end. She won't be happy with that, Simon. That's very wayward. One of Val Smith's worst deliveries of this match so far. She's been thereabouts most of the time, but that's way wide.
What do you think the main dangers will be to City Zelina in her bid to win this 3rd gold medal?
Well, it's opened up a little bit. Mascarenas from Botswana has opened well, as we see another great bowl from City Zelina. Ali Mirren, you would have thought, would have been a real threat. She's lost both her opening matches from Guernsey. Camilla Spiteri is also a very good bowler. Lee from Canada has probably surprised a couple of people. She's won 2 and lost 1, but there's only 2 undefeated bowlers in this section. That's Ahmad and Mascarenas. I just think it's, at this stage, the ladies are really going to have to lift their game to match this young lady. And I may be presuming a little bit too much because this match is way from over as well.
We were watching Kelsey Cottrell this morning winning in slightly workmanlike fashion, but you used a racing analogy that she'd probably be better for the run, and clearly she's another hugely exciting young talent. She could figure, and she's in the other section as well. Which
she's only 20, and I think she could be right in the mix.
City Zelina building up a very strong head here. All 3 just past the jack.
Here's the replay, just coming in here, just sitting nicely for her. Maybe only 1 at the moment. There'll be a measure for the second. Now that's way out of Ken. This is probably the loosest end that Val Smith's played. City now, she may come the backhand side and just try and bring that jack over to that group of 3, or she might just try and draw the shot again, which she's been doing so well.
The distance between those Val Smith bowls, she's all over the shop here.
Yeah, it's a really, really loose end. She's coming the forehand, which she's just drawn so beautifully with, and she's just obviously confident. Needs to hold its line. I think it's going to run out of steam. And that's an opportunity missed for her. It's just waving her arms. A little bit of disappointment there for her, which does give Val Smith a chance. Val Smith's got to reach the head. There's no two ways about it. And
this is well under the line again. It's a shocker.
It might run on a little bit. No, it's gone. It's further and further and further. That's quite ordinary from Val and not her normal game. So we'll have to wait for the count here. I think she's declared 2, 3. No, she's declared the 3.
Here we are. 3 for Siti Zarlina Ahmad. Takes her into an 8-2 lead after 6 ends of the first set.
Quite amazing, those 4 bowls from Val Smith. She's just gone over now to have a chat to her coach. Just sitting down. And there's Janice McKenna. She's been the New Zealand manager since 2007. And that was the Asia Pacific Games. So Janice just giving her a little bit of steady advice, where Siti Zarlina's manager would be very pleased with. And that's just him in the background. It's he's a major in the army, Mej Azizan. He's also chairman of the Technical and Competition Committee of the Malaysian Lawn Bowls Federation.
I was talking to the New Zealand coach there yesterday, actually, before the girls turned out, and chatting away to the two Kiwi girls in the pairs. Very happy just to talk away. Just moments before they were due to begin the game. There was no feeling that they needed a bit of quiet time. In fact, the coach seemed to encourage it. It seemed to just relax everybody.
Yeah, I think everyone through every team has been more than helpful. If we wanted any information or anything at all, they've just been fantastic. And the volunteers and everything here in New Delhi have done an amazing job.
And always with a smile on their faces.
Exactly. We did have a honorary resident meteorologist one day who predicted rain in an hour. Well, it rained 2 minutes later, and with about 3 drops, and then it was gone.
Yeah.
He did tell us that it was going to interrupt play, the whole box and dice.
Yeah. I think we need to discuss his future.
But he is from Calcutta, so we'll give you that. There he is, Mej Azizan. And he's just talking to his charge. Yeah, Val just wilting a little bit. That first bowl at the 8 o'clock mark is the shot bowl, but nothing to write home about here at this head. And Val has really got to stop Siti Zarlina here. If she happens to get 2 in this end, the best Val Smith could do is draw the first set. And she's had a little bit of strife, although it's coming in now late. Siti on that side, going this way. She's left a couple out wide.
Plenty of room down there.
She's just going to go to the backhand, Val Smith, and if she gets around, she can take the jack over to her own bowl or promote her own bowl. She's going to have to give it a good nudge. Well, she's just got through the gap. That'll be good enough for 2 shots, you would think. And that's complicated the issue a little bit for City Selena, because that grey bowl at the back there separates those 2 blue bowls, and that's probably the line that City would have thought about coming through. There may still be enough gap, but it becomes a little bit more risky. She might be forced to go to the backhand.
Now, City Selena, walking up to the head there. Isn't there some kind of restriction on when they can do that? Is it after 3 bowls?
Yes.
Is that what it is?
Yes, they can go up after the 3 bowls. They can request to the marker after 2 to go and have a look, but normally it's after the 3rd they can, unrestricted, they can go up. And it's just hung out there. Can it get through the gap? Can it get through the gap? Oh, and it's just ran into Val Smith's bowl. And I think that grey bowl at about the 8 o'clock will be shot bowl. Maybe there's a couple here for Val, and she's got 1 to go.
It does say in the rules that in exceptional and limited circumstances, a singles player can ask the marker for permission to walk up to the head. Not sure what those exceptional circumstances would be, though. Val Smith at 2-8. Looking to peg a few shots back here. Knock on perhaps will be helpful, not enough. 1 stroke 2 shots here for the Kiwi by the look of things.
Yep, multiple score for Val Smith.
It's 2 for New Zealand.
Here's more news from ASX Shot to Win, the great Commonwealth Games competition from Mitsubishi. Valerie's had her final shot at the Games. So one of these new Mitsubishi ASXs has been won, but you're still with the chance to win the other ASX. All you have to do is find the hidden key. Just visit asxshottowin.co.nz. And good luck.
Almost maximum length this end. You can see the little tee there. That tee is 2 metres from the ditch.
Well, City Selena seems to have been favouring the long ends, and she was put in first by Val Smith here. So Val, whether she likes it or not, has got this long end to deal with.
And the last time she came down this end, she was all over the shop.
It's come up short as well. That'll do better. It'll do very well, in fact. Fantastic bowl there from the reigning champion.
We might just have a chat to our marker, Jeanette Williams, as to whether she can wait for the bowl to come to rest before she darts in there to put a little bit of chalk on it. But she's doing a fine job. This looks like a better bowl from Val Smith. It's up there. It needs to turn. Just slips past. That breeze really is getting up now.
Yes, it will soon start to affect the players. Various parts of the infrastructure falling over. This could be pretty close as well. That's very good. Just pulls up ahead of Val Smith's bowl there.
Oh, nearly blowing off the flag bowl.
Yes, it looks as though it's really gusting across ring 1, where the other singles match is taking place at the moment. They're battening down the hatches over there. Here's Val Smith.
Yeah, she didn't need that. She needed to get around her own bowl to get in there. She's really exposed now.
Seti Zelina with her last bowl of this end. This is out wide to begin with, big arc. Will it come back? It's pulling up a little bit short by the look of things.
Well, Val's not going to be able to get 4 because she's got 2 bowls in front of the jack. She's got 1 at the back. You know, if she could get a shot here, she'd still be in it. She'd still need 4 on the last end to win the set. She might try and run those 2 out. If I'm just trying to look for the marking spot. If she could run the jack out into the ditch. Now, where that tee is, if we can just hold that shot there, a metre and a half, right to the left edge of your screen there, is the mark where it's going to be respotted. Now, or a metre and a half from the tee to the left. Whether that grey bowl at the bottom would come into play, but I think she'd have to take both blue bowls out.
She must draw a shot here to have any remaining chance of winning this set. It's with plenty of weight. And it misses all of the blue bowls that matter.
And took a couple of her own out, so if there was any doubt now, that doubt certainly has been dispelled. So 2 at least.
2 will be enough for the Malaysian. And 2 it is. 2 blues.
Imagine your house paint subjected to years of New Zealand weather. Wattle Solar Guard's total protection technology blocks out harmful UV rays. And its toughened surface stretches and flexes with our weather extremes, resisting flaking, blistering and peeling. So in the real world, why trust anything else? Wattle Solar Guard, designed for New Zealand conditions.
Glances off the jack this time, but that's a pretty good position to be in.
we can bring you up to date with a little bit of what's happening in the triples semi-finals. In the men's, Australia have taken the first set. They were leading 11-3 with one end to play, so that end when it's elimination doesn't have to be played. So the Australian men have taken the first set in their triples against England. It's a great battle in the women's semi-final between India and Australia. India lead that at the end of 6 ends, 10-7. In the men's triples between South Africa and Wales, 7 ends have been played and South Africa lead that 9-6. And in the women's semi-final of the triples, it's very tight between England and South Africa after 8 ends, 6-5 to England. So this is the final end of the first set. The women's singles, Val Smith from New Zealand, Siti Zelina Ahmed. It's a little bit of a sider there for Val Smith. Needs to put the brakes on. That'll do. Oh, gee, it's fairly tight there. That angle may not. It looks as though it's a blue shot, but may not necessarily be so.
Bit of pace here from Val Smith, trying to break it up. Takes the jack out. Will the jack go off?
No, it'll stay in. But that will be that blue bowl just to the left of the darker bowl. Will at least be 1 to Malaysia. Here it is. She tried to upset those 3 bowls there. But the jack was in a position where it could only be propelled out towards that area. So I think you'll find this will be 1 to Malaysia.
A little bit academic beyond the importance of shot difference in the table, and so that 1 shot for Siti Zelina Ahmed completes the first set, which she wins 11-4.
G'day, Merv. G'day, Merv.
When you're buying or selling a car,
G'day, Merv.
there's the good guys and there's the others. Make the right choice.
G'day, Merv.
It's the same when your car needs servicing or repairing. Eliminate the risk. Only trust the professionals. So, how do you tell the difference?
G'day, Merv.
Always look for the sign.
G'day, Merv.
MTA people, they're dedicated.
This is her prowess. She can just bowl like that all day. And the Malaysian supporters in here. He's
dropped the
bandana.
Dropped the face guard. Come up for air.
In actual fact, that's the young lead for the men's triples. The Malaysian men.
So very early stages of the second set of this women's singles clash. These girls have got plenty of matches to come. In this group there are 11, and they'll play each other once, and they have busy schedules. Later on today, City Zelina will play the girl from Jersey. That's at 4 o'clock, so at the end of this match, well, if it takes another hour or so, she might have an hour and a quarter, something like that, to recover, get into the cool, and prepare for her third match of the day.
Val Smith's having a little bit of trouble coming this way.
Backhand, it's not going to be that far away here, just running through.
Just around the back and wide again. Now there's the spread of Val Smith's bowls. She hasn't had, in the last two ends coming this way, one bowl that's challenged the jack. Just needs to slow down and turn now for it. That'll be shot number 2. It's a very good bowl. But Val Smith can get at that head. Those two blue bowls on the right of the jack are right in her line of fire. Here it is, just sitting very nicely. You would think that would be only 2, but it provides a bit of a target for Val. And if she could hit the blue bowl and stay where she is and just get a touch on the jack at the same time and squirt it to the right, she could end up with the 3. Here's the attempt. She's got a bit of weight going, but I think it's skinny, and I think the best she can hope for here is a wick to one of her own bowls, but it's not going to happen. And we're underway in the second set, not the way that Val Smith would like.
Certainly looks as though it's 2 to Malaysia. I think Val Smith might lie third. Let's just get the confirmation from Jeanette Williams. Yes, it is 2. So an early lead for City Zelina Ahmad in the second set. Just like to say hello to the members of the Comm Bowling Club in Surrey back home, who were very generous with their time a couple of months ago. Hope you're all well and bowling well.
Did you go there for a little practice before you came to New Delhi?
I think, yes, you could call it a little bit of a crash course. And a little bit of a go. There were a few wobblers that went down the ring, I'm afraid.
Now, did you bowl every bowl that you tried on the right bias? Or was there occasions where it just kind of went the other way?
They said I was very good. It was about the only thing I was good at, was getting the bias right. So there were no drinks, and, well, we did have a bit of, we did have a little bit of light refreshment at lunchtime, but there were no mass buying of drinks in the bar. for the wrong bias.
So a huge couple of ends here for Val Smith to get back into this match. And that wind at times, when it does gust, I just noticed that bowl then, it just straightened up for a couple of rolls. And that may be a little bit of the breeze starting to take effect, because some of our hoardings on green 1 have actually blown over. So the wind maybe down on green is a little bit fresher than we first thought. She's at it again. At it again. Just brilliant.
She's not happy with that. It was very narrow, well under the line. I guess when you play a player like this who is always going to put one close to the jack per end at least, and is generally relentless, it's eventually going to knock the opponent out of form.
Yeah, and your confidence goes down a little bit. But I think the way that Val's been bowling in the last couple of ends hasn't been her best by a long way.
She was beaten earlier, wasn't she, as well? So she's not having the best of the days. Beaten by Helen Grundling earlier, South Africa, this morning in a match at 9 o'clock local time. We are now just after 1:30 here in New Delhi.
Val taking a lot of time to bowl this third bowl. She's needed to regroup. And this looks a better line. It might just have a little bit too much pace. For that was a better bowl. And Sidi Zelina does this quite regularly. Here is the Val Smith bowl, just going past the head. When the opponent runs up to the other end, as Val Smith is doing here on replay, Sidi takes off and goes for a walk. Walks down, looking at the ground, looking at her feet. She just does it, does not change. Just visualising the shot that she's got to play.
Yes, it's a very consistent routine, isn't it? Almost metronomical. Because we've seen plenty of players during this tournament that just step straight onto the mat very quickly after the opponent and deliver the bowl. Everyone's got their different ways of doing things. This is a really deliberate approach.
And bowling like that, why would she change? It's just precision. She's probably dirty with the soil, so that's not closer to the jack. Here it is, just coming in, just sitting there now. It's definite 2, possibly 3. And this is a huge bowl in the scheme of things for Val Smith. That was a better bowl, her last bowl. Just been a little bit troubled by the breeze.
Breeze coming from her left, from the right-hand side as we look.
This is a really difficult shot she's trying here. She's trying to draw the jack away. There is room there, but I think she's going to be narrow. She is. She got a little bit of a wick on it. She might have cut the collateral damage a little bit, but that was more by luck than design. There may be a couple there. It might be one more, but we'll wait for the judges to confirm. And here's the result, Simon.
And it's a big 3 this time for City. Selena Ahmad.
Couldn't live more than 3 minutes from real coffee.
Love those wide open spaces.
In here as well as out there. It's hard to get to. Maybe why it's the best kept secret in town.
Don't tell anyone.
The all-new Street Smart Mitsubishi ASX, built for your city life.
Love that car.
And you were just saying earlier, you've seen City play a few times, and you don't think this is even her best play.
Well, I think she's come back a little bit. That patch, she had, even though Val only won 3 ends, I think she had a patch in that first set where she didn't play right up to her best. Last night against Ali Merrin, and again the first set, and the first 4 ends of the second set. She was just extraordinary. And then Ali Merrin went for a little break, and then Ali Merrin promptly won the next 3 ends. So she just might have just lost focus a little bit, but I think she's got a game face on today.
That was a comfort break or a tactical break?
Well, that's a little bit debatable, because the break was just a little bit longer than a normal little comfort break. And Val Smith that's the luck of the day for Val. She just turned that one over. There was a little bit of conjecture, and it's too early in the competition to throw those sort of things up. But it did break a rhythm. There's a little bit of the wildlife here. They're having an absolute field day. Now, if he's on the ditch and someone happens to drive, splat. But I don't think they'll be driving from this position.
You often see in other sports, so do tennis players, snooker players, they leave the court or the table if things are going wrong for a comfort break, which is more a case of just trying to clear the mind, I think. You know, just I've got to put a stop to this
or
somehow.
They'll call the trainer and get some deep heat into a calf muscle, or there have been players that have been accused of doing that, and really on the world professional circuit, as far as the tennis is concerned, there are a couple of habitual offenders, if you like, in that scenario. And given New Delhi and the intricacies of food and whatever here, it's quite plausible that players will need comfort stops here and there. Just trying to draw it in for shot number 2. It needs to travel a little bit. Just moving on again, a beautiful bowl. But there is a fair sight. If Val Smith can play on both of those and move both those blue bowls without disturbing the jack, she'd have at least one. You just saw her just asking our marker Jeanette Williams whether she was down 2. She confirmed that that's the case. She's having a run up those 2 blue bowls.
Just to come off her own, perhaps. She's taken one out through the deflection of her own bowl. And City's Alina Ahmad's bowl has been taken out because it left the confines of the rink. This is useful. This
one
is
taken out, one put back.
I tell you what, that was on the money all the way.
Never looked like missing, did it?
That was running on railway lines towards that jack.
Yeah, Jeanette Williams just been asked how many shots does City hold. She's confirmed 2. So Val had in the mind that maybe that blue bowl at the back of the jack might have been in the count as well. A little bit of weight.
It's not too bad.
Can she kiss in for the shot? Oh, it's just run through. Terribly, terribly stiff, Val Smith. Beautifully executed. Just a little bit too much pace. Kissed off her own bowl and run past. It's 1 at least. Now, they're going to have a measure for the second. But that's the game of bowls, Simon. You can just, if it's not your day with the luck, just the 1, I think.
Yep, it's confirmed. That's just 1. But relentlessly, City's Alina Ahmad extends her lead to 6 in this second set. A little bit unfortunate there, Val Smith, though. When she took out one of the Malaysian bowls earlier, it was off a deflection from her own bowl. That was a little bit fortunate, and for her, it levelled itself out a bit.
So box seat now for City's Alina, though. Simon leading 6-0. And Val's going to need a couple of ends where she picks up just more than the 1 shot. This is only the 4th end of the set, though.
Yeah, it's not quite time to say, ref, stop the contest.
We've been going an hour and a quarter. The singles normally much quicker than the single pairs and triples. This is a better reply for Val Smith. That's a very good bowl. Great bowl indeed. Just shrugs her shoulders a little bit and saying, well, gee, that really did take a turn. Here it is. Just, and then it takes a little turn there. Beautiful. Needs to hold its line. It's not going to. The valiant attempt. She'll get one more crack at that. She's a little upset with herself. Now Val Smith, her 3rd bowl of this 4th end. And that's not a bad bowl. She's nearly put one in the mix there, so even if City does trail that over to the blue bowl at about the 4 o'clock mark, She's got a bit of a blocker in there, in the mix.
Will this come round? Can it take it?
Great looking bowl. Oh, it's just missed.
So Val Smith will get something back here. If she could just have picked up the jack there, it would have been 2 shots probably for the Malaysian gold medalist. Smith, she's definitely got 1.
She might have a bit more than that.
Could be 2. This could be another. It's going to run through though. They may have a measure for the 3rd. It looks like 2.
Yeah, there's the 2.
Just 2 it is.
What makes you think you're qualified for this job?
Oh! Stop punching me!
Not the fish. Not the fish.
Please, don't throw me out! Ah!
Next.
Here it is, huh? Get it?
Yeah.
It's time, you gotta get in the groove. It's easy to just let your body move. I'm a love guru.
Australia playing England in the men. They are 1 set up, and England lead 4-3 in the 2nd set after 4 ends. The Australian women have just taken the first set, 12-10 over, or 14-10 I think it was, over India in the women's triples. In the 2nd men's semi-final in the triples, South Africa have taken the first set, and it's 1-1 after 2 ends. And the ladies' semi-final of the triples, South Africa have taken the first set, and it's 2-2 after 2 ends over England.
So could be looking at Australian representation in both the women's and men's triples finals. If they continue to prosper over there.
Which will be on a little bit later tonight. N5 of the 2nd set, women's singles.
Well, very good. Just managed to sneak past Val Smith's bowl at the front there. Quite a big gust of wind has just swept across the rink. Just distracting for Val Smith.
There's advertising hoardings, umbrellas, and everything going south.
Well, these parasols, they make quite a lot of noise as well when they're really being buffeted.
There's not a bad reply here from Val Smith. It needs to travel a little bit. Not too bad. See there, City Selena just asking Jennifer Williams, our marker, what the state of the nation was. She said 1 with a measure. So it's fairly tight. This one's just underneath. It's going to hit that first Val Smith bowl and roll that up, and it's just rolled over again. That may very well be the second shot.
Plenty of support here for City Zelina Ahmed.
And with a little bit of pace, what she was trying to do, and she's missed the whole shooting match, she was trying to take that blue bowl to the right of the jack out. Then she could have been sitting, possibly sitting through.
So they amble up to the head.
She's had a look at it. What do you think she'll do here? Forehand or backhand?
Well, is the forehand not guarded somewhat by Val Smith's bowls there? And there'd always be the risk of promoting one of those.
Well picked. She'll come the backhand. She'd love just to nestle in front of those 2 grey bowls. It didn't come in, and she'd be a little bit disappointed with that. It stayed out. It's rolled over. It rolled the right way for her.
It took another shot. I think it's 3, isn't it?
Don't know. No, I think one of those, that back blue bowl mightn't be in the count, but it'll be a measure. So there's a big bowl for Val Smith. She can't be sure that she's got a counter with one of those. She's got the next best shot if she has a drive at the blue bowl. So I think her only option really is to try and draw this shot, unless she is really confident that she's got the second best shot. And again disturbed by the wind. And the way she's shaping up, I think she might have a bit of a go with an on-shot. Yep.
Now this could get pretty close, actually.
She's not far away.
Takes the jack, I think.
Beautiful shot from Val Smith. Takes all guesswork out of it. Runs the jack into the ditch, and that'll be shot and end to Val Smith. What a beautiful bowl.
Absolutely. That was the solution. Took the jack. Her bowl, a toucher, ended up in the ditch, and she takes the end with 1 shot.
Imagine your house paint subjected to years of New Zealand weather. Wattle Solar Guard's total protection technology blocks out harmful UV rays. And its toughened surface stretches and flexes with our weather extremes, resisting flaking, blistering and peeling. So in the real world, why trust anything else? Wattle Solar Guard, designed for New Zealand conditions.
Their accuracy suffers.
Yes. Yeah.
It all gets a little bit ragged and more brute force than anything else.
We saw it in the singles last night with Ali Merrin on one end. Ali Merrin had 2 drives, and they weren't within QE of where she wanted to be. Did not throw another drive for the rest of the night. Just shots with half pace, maybe up to 3/4 pace, but no full-blooded drives because she was way off target. And it's such a precision scenario driving. Very little room for error.
Not sure if we've seen City Zelina drive at all, have we yet?
No,
it's just been drawing.
And in the match last night, I can't recall any shots that she had even any on weight. Might have been 1 or 2, but they would have been half pace. Which, if you've got a match that's really tight and your opponent is just continually drawing the shot and you're forced to drive all the time, something's got to give. And it's normally your accuracy. Just running past the head, just a little wick there.
Useful little nudge, actually.
Yeah, that's probably shot bowl.
Little tickle. Works in her favour there.
No, I think Jeanette Williams has just indicated to the City that she still holds shot, but there's nothing in it. It's got to work. It's working, but now it may have worked too much. She'll have another bowl.
When the marker is asked, it is just her judgment, isn't it? I mean, if she was wrong, then the player has to take responsibility, presumably.
Yeah. And 9 times out of 10, the marker isn't too far away. And it's only a guide. The players are just asking for a guide. They'll often ask how far is the, like in that scenario, if we just hold that shot there, City Zelina might ask, how far behind the jack is that blue bowl? And she might say 3 bowls back or 3 bowls to you if it's in front of the jack. So she'll give as much indication as she can, but in a very short space of time. She won't go into a monologue on where the shot actually sits. There it is. So City Zelina, you would think holding a shot there.
And I noticed that compared with some of the triples matches and the team matches we've seen, the marker has a much bigger role to play in these singles events. In the triples, it was basically some of the local volunteers who were doing the marking. I don't want to discredit they may all work very.
No.
But here there is a lot more interaction between the players and the marker.
Yeah. Yeah, the marker in pairs and triples is just there to walk the score up and down. Here, the marker plays a very important role in indicating that you've played 2. Now, if you've played your 3rd, you can come up and have a look at the head. Now, that's staying out there. That's not going to come in at all. But I think what she's done there is she's put one at the back, or tried to put one at the back in position in case Val Smith has another drive. Val Smith has got, as she looks at it, 2 of her own bowls to the right, to your left. And she's just trying to get onto this jack and spring it over to hers, but she mightn't need it anyway because that's a magnificent draw bowl from Val Smith. And all of a sudden, the lady from Nelson on the North Island has grabbed 3 ends in a row and is almost back on level terms.
Val Smith fighting back here. And that is just one. The 3 ends in a row, 6-4 now. 3 ends remaining in this second set. It's a scene over on rink 1. The singles game taking place over there.
Ride on into spring with Husqvarna. For a limited time, receive a free trailer or sunshade with selected garden tractors or ride-ons. For more information, visit husqvarna.co.nz or call 0800 4HUSKY to find a dealer near you.
That's a very good opening bowl there.
It's almost full length. It's 3 metres, 3.5 metres from the ditch, and she's drawn it within a centimetre. Val Smith has really lifted her game, and this is almost perfect as well. 2 beautiful bowls. Pretty standard move here to switch to the backhand, because if you can turn the Val Smith bowl out, should be holding 2. It's got to hurry a little bit and break, and it did neither. I suppose it hurried on, but it needed to break a lot more than that. Perfect line. Just over-corrected with the weight.
Two good bowls there from Val Smith. It's just going to pull up a little short.
Well, does Val Smith now try to draw one in between both of her bowls? That blue bowl in the middle of those 3. Knock that out, and if she can rest her bowl, she'll be holding 3.
Certainly looks the play, doesn't it, Mike? And then we could have a real battle on in this second set. She's got 2 bowls remaining to City Zelina's 1.
Yep, a little bit of unweight. She's just trying to clear that blue bowl out. She doesn't want to take hers out, though.
And she might do that. And
bit stiff.
It's still shot to Malaysia.
There it is. She just got a kiss on it. And her reaction. Oh, the exasperation of it not rolling the right way. A little bit stiff.
Still got another chance.
City will be trying to do the same thing, but with less weight.
Needs to come back fairly quickly.
Well, it's going to have to be a bigger comeback than Lazarus, because that's not going to do anything. Val Smith now has a real chance if she can take that blue bowl out once again in the middle, just to the left. There it is, just to the right of the jack now. She can take that out and sit the bowl, her bowl. She'd hold 3 and take the lead in the second set. Now, her on-shot so far have been pretty close.
So we saw that good drive, which took the jack out just a few moments ago. Here we go. It's on its way. It's a little bit under the line. And a little nudge.
And I think the blue bowl, if it was going to do anything, was going to roll back. And I think you'll find that is 1 shot to Malaysia. But a very, very good effort indeed. And really, she's nudged her bowl onto the blue bowl. Whichever way, she needed to take that blue bowl out.
1 to Malaysia. So another winning end for the gold medalist at the last 2 Commonwealth Games, 7-4.
And again, it creates the problems, Simon, where Val Smith now, there's 2 ends to play. She's 3 shots down. She's got to get a multiple end here. A shot would certainly give her a chance, but she's got to hopefully win this end from her point of view. If she doesn't,
she has to
it's
win
game,
it.
set, match.
She must win this end, because if she doesn't win the end,
then City only gets 1 shot. That's 8-4. She can only draw it.
She can only draw it. She lost the first set. It would be game over. So it's actually imperative that that Val Smith wins this end.
Fourth round singles match for City Selena Ahmad. 3rd round match for, no, 4th round match for Val Smith as well.
Well, that was a pretty wayward one.
I think Ziddy senses that it's almost game time. This is a better bowl from Val Smith.
She might just knock the blue bowl a slight nudge, take shot.
Beautiful. Can she get? No, she can't. It's around the outside. That's one shot to Val Smith. She'll have one more attempt, Zitty Zelina. Here it is. There is Val Smith's bowl, just tipping over Zitty's bowl. Taking shot. That was her second bowl. This is her third bowl. It's holding its line. Can she get inside? No, it's going to wilt on its run. Not happy with herself.
It was holding its line a little bit better than it seemed like. I think the wind was helping. Just a shade there. It's really gusting across.
Looking down. She walks back.
She's in the zone, isn't she? Very professional approach.
It's just her routine. But again, for her, this is a very good bowl. If she could sit on the jack, it would put great pressure on Val Smith.
She'll be looking to move Val Smith's grey bowl on here. I don't think it's far away. It's a good line. I was just ducking in now, but she has promoted her own bowl to the shot.
Yeah, toss up.
You think?
Yeah, toss up.
You're getting a bit windy in your old age.
No, what it's called is 2 bob each way.
Surely that's shot to Malaysia.
That's the way it sits.
Well, I mean, you may be right. I would be tempted to have a few quid with you, but there you are.
I don't know whether we can get the target in there. I think it's just a little bit off. So Val's having a chat with the coach.
Where's the target? Here we are.
Yes. Yeah, easy.
Windy Aussie next door.
Tennis elbow, me. But how big a bowl is this? If Val Smith doesn't grab shot here, then the match is over. She's going to hit something.
Yep. How will it transpire? Oh, she's given...
It's definitely over now.
Yeah, it's probably 2 shots.
A good effort from Val. She had to try something. I think she was trying to spring the jack out to the back, but or take those blue bowls out, but it wasn't going to be enough. And I think that now has given Malaysia the match. I think that will be a couple here, Simon.
It looks like it. They will still play the final end, and has confirmed it. That's 9-4 in favour of Siti Zelina Ahmad, who will maintain her unbeaten record in the early stages of this women's singles tournament at the 2010 Commonwealth Games, having won in 2002 and 2006.
That's the most animated I've seen it. And the little marker at the end here, which signifies the centre of the rink, the number 7, indicating number 7 rink, had actually blown down at this end, like nearly everything else here. Not that the wind's cyclonic by any stretch of the imagination, but
it's windy all around here.
She's gone for a fairly short end too. So Val Smith in this set's tried really, really hard, but again, it's just the class of this young lady, and there's a perfect example of it. for sure. It's all academic.
Currently out on rink 16, Lebo Mascarenhas, who is in second place in this section, is struggling against the player from Guernsey. They're in the tie break there, and she's 2 down.
Yeah, Ali Merrin's a very good player, and for Ali Merrin, she really needs this win. She's had 2 defeats so far, and she was one of the favoured players to go through in this Section A. It's just another shot rolling in here. Look at that. That is just magnificent lawn bowling from Zidi Zelina Ahmad.
Yes, you can see why she's won the last 2 gold medals. The way
drive here. Missed.
Big miss.
Everything.
A big miss. Last bowl of the game for Zidi Zelina. And Val Smith will complete matters, but another beautifully judged bowl there. Look at those 3. Maybe have another drive, do you think? Go out with a blaze of glory,
yeah,
if nothing else.
She's going to play some on weight.
Might get one. No, right through
missed
the middle.
that too.
And that'll be an easy 3 in the last end for the Malaysian. We'll just wait for the confirmation to dot the I's and cross the T's here on rink number 7. But it's going to be a pretty impressive win in the end for Zidi Zelina Ahmad. And shaking of hands. Not sure if the marker has put the lollipops up yet. She's seems in a bit of a muddle at the moment with scorecards, but I think it's almost certainly 3, and that would make it 12-4 in the final set to Malaysia.
It's that will be, they're just signing cards here, and I don't actually know whether they will put the score up, getting an indication. And I'm pretty certain, Simon, that was a 3 there. There's some of our umbrellas been. Now that's the men's triples that are happening over there. That umbrella is obviously blown onto the rink.
And there is the confirmation. So Zidi Zelina Ahmad progresses forward here. Some good bowls from Val Smith. That was straight into the open arms of 2 of the Malaysian bowls. Some very accurate drawing from the gold medalist, who was so composed throughout the entire match. More accurate bowling, always there or thereabouts. And here was a drive which worked out to a degree, but still didn't win the shot for Val Smith. And once again, Zidi Zelina Ahmad drawing pretty close to the jack. Always hard to beat. Val Smith had a rally in the second set. She came back for a while. She won ends 4, 5 and 6. A good drive there. And that was a little bit unfortunate. Handed a couple more shots to the Malaysian. And in the end, the gold medalist has shown her class in that final end with 3 blue bowls clustered around the jack.
Yeah, very good performance by Ziri Zelina Ahmad, no doubt about that. There were sections of the game that Val Smith was dreadfully unlucky. You saw a couple of drives there where she'd turned the bowl over and given shot away to the Malaysian. But in the end, it just came down to this tremendous performance by Ziri Zelina Ahmad. She has just got the drawing ability to really unsettle her opponents because she's always at the jack. She very seldom bowls at loose end, and if she does, then at times the opposition doesn't have the ability to be able to close it down and shut that end down. But you know, she got a 3 on that 6th end. She got a 3 on the second end of the second set. She got a 3 to finish the match. There are times in the match where she gets you under such enormous pressure that you've got to provide something very, very special to get out of jail. We saw in that second set Val Smith driving on a couple of occasions, drove very well, taking the jack into the ditch at one particular stage. But in the end, a very comprehensive victory to Zelina, 11-4, 12-4.
Well, it's often said that form is temporary and class is permanent. And we have just seen here a performance of class from Siti Zelina Ahmad of Malaysia. Join us again a little later on.
Now, for only the second time in New Zealand, the world's elite come to our playing field. Watch 18 Kiwi crews take to the water and see 4 defend their World Championship titles.
They mean business this year.
The World Rowing Championship starts October 31st on Sky Sport 1. Coverage brought to you by Aon.
Saturday on Rialto Premier, JCVD.
Je suis désolée, mais nous n'avons pas de liquidité aujourd'hui.
Jean-Claude Van Damme plays himself on a visit to his hometown of Brussels.
Combien de temps sont revenus dans la peau, commissaire?
Je peux le voir ce geste une fois, s'il te plaît.
JCVD, Saturday on Rialto Channel.
Hoovenagel got the better of Shanks at the World Championships. They go head-to-head again at the Commonwealth Games, and they're both out to a good, clean start. It's Shanks on the left, Hoovenagel on the right. Hoovenagel is up on Shanks at the moment, so she has almost a 1 second advantage.
And Ali Shanks is starting to put it together on the track. Alison Shanks is up. She is up considerably. Let's have a look the next time we get the split screen, because we're going to get it confirmed that this young woman from Dunedin at the 2,000 metre mark is up by 1.095 seconds. Here comes Ali Shanks. Stand up, New Zealand. It's Alison Shanks winning the gold medal for New Zealand in the women's individual pursuit.
And she equals the game's record time. She's happy with that.
Alison Shanks, congratulations on your gold medal. What does it mean to you to win something here at the Commonwealth Games?
It means a lot, it really does. And I guess especially since the pursuit's been taken out of the Olympics, this was really one of my last chances to really step out there and go for an individual medal. So, you know, the last 6 months have been totally focused around getting this gold, and now that it's around my neck, it feels bloody great.
When you crossed that line and you knew you had the gold, what was your emotions like?
I guess coming into 2 to go, I knew I was up, and I was like, come on, you've got to hold it. The legs are starting to waver a bit there, and you've just got to push through that pain and actually go out there and put it down and come away with the result. It feels great.
How happy are you?
Oh, I'm pretty happy, yeah, pretty happy.